welcome to a very, very special beer. But anyway, we'll get to the beer now. So this is from Liquid Light, based in Nottingham, Sneinton area of Nottingham, and this is Emperor's Brewery, a home brewer who became one of the world's most highly rated breweries. And he's a friendly guy who's a passionate for Imperial stouts and Imperial beers. And, and he's a Star Wars fan. So, it's strange because as a massive Star Wars fan all my life as well. So this is Interstellar Hyperdrive. The thing behind this beer is in 2019, well before COVID. What was that? Well before then, 2019 at the Robin Hood Beer Festival, or Cider Festival as well, if you want to be pedantic. There was the Key Keg Bar, and on that Key Keg Bar, or Keg Bar as they call it these days, on the Keg Bar, there was this beer called Interstellar. I thought it was Interstellar Galactic Hyperdrive, but I may be wrong. Anyway, and I thought it was actually stronger than 12%, but we'll get into that. Drank it, and it was like, oh my gosh. And I've been doing beer reviews since 2018, since like July 2018. And this neighbour's just come in. I'm not in the beer room either, so it's a bit, I can hear the neighbour. Oh, he's gone in there, thank God. And back then nobody recognised me, which I was glad for, to be fair. And I drank this beer and it was like, oh my gosh. And I remembered the beer ever since then. Obviously last year, 2020, COVID, no beer festivals. This year, 2021, Liquid Light were at the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. Sadly, no Interstellar Galactic. But at the Jam Caf with Mr. Bullman Beer Reviews, Greg Bullman, check out his channel. They had in Hockley, yeah, they had this on draft or on keg, and it's amazing. Did a small 2-minute review, but you can't do a proper review down there. And then Liquid Light's tap room opened. Liquid Light they used to cookery brew at Magpie Brewery, and they did a crowdfunding thing, and their tap room opened in the Sneinton area of Nottingham, bottom of Carlton Road, not far from the King George Park, if you want to know where it is. Got there on the second weekend, me and the wife, and what should be on the bar? Put this. And I don't know if they actually, because obviously I've touted this since I've tasted it, and I'm sitting here absolutely wanting to drink it. But there's a story first. Let's get through the story. We can get to the beer. Drank it in there, and it was sublime. Did a bit of a review, but like I say, the best reviews for me are always the beer reviews from either the beer room or the egg room. Because they're exceedingly good reviews. Anyway, yeah, bad sense of humour. Not from Nottingham, what do you expect? Yeah, we've got bad sense of humour. So, Interstellar Hyperdrive, rum raisin Imperial porter. We took an old homebrew recipe from several years back, originally 7%, and gave it the Emperor's treatment. Mr. Emperor, the Yoda of beer brewers. This beer is a dessert in a glass, brewed with Madagascan, bourbon, vanilla pods, and flame raisins. 12%. liquidlightbrewco.com. Please recycle this can. Best before 24th for the 11th, 2023. Ain't getting that long. This beer's getting drunk. It's getting drunk now. So, The anticipation, I have massive anticipation for this. I do apologise for the dog in the background, and I'm doing it in an unbranded glass because it's a review. Oh, 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 oh. So I'm drinking this at room temperature. Why room temperature? I hate stouts, and certainly Imperial stouts at cold. I don't like it. I don't taste it. It's not the way to drink Imperials. So as you can see, black pour, uh, big dark tan head. Yeah, I was never a good pourer. Boozy notes from it. And to be honest, I think I've got to wait for the head to dissipate first before I start to get the full aroma from this. Gosh. So a week and a half ago, Liquid Light will release it. They posted something about it's their 4th birthday, and I, as I always do, said congratulations, local brewery. So I try and say congratulations to as many breweries as you can. I like to be positive, positivity over negativity, doing the right thing. And then I was on about things, and then it says, "Oh, we're bringing this back out," and I'm like, "Oh!" And then all of a sudden this week they said they were releasing it at 7 o'clock on the Friday night, and I thought, "Oh, here we go again." And a year before, this time last year, November 2020 sort of time, they released 700 cans. It was £13 a can. It was released at 7 o'clock. I went on at 7:20 thinking, 13 quid's a lot. And at the time, I was pretty skint, to be fair. I thought it's a lot of money, but I loved the beer. And I thought, in the end, I'll go and get it. Little did I know that 700 cans had sold in 4 minutes. 4 minutes! So it tells you the power of the beer, the brands involved. Now the air's getting to it, and the aroma's starting to build. So let's pour a bit more in. I wouldn't say. Look at that, little beauty. There's times, as a fan of beers, that ignore the beer reviewing part, but as a fan of beers, there's beers that just tick the box for me, that are beyond ABB, beyond who makes them or anything. There's beers that just are the top beers. One of them beers is from a local brewery, Castle Rock Brewery, Harvest Pale, on cask. That is beyond amazing. It still is to this day. It still is. It's just a special, very special beer. So let's talk about this one. Gotta say, don't get a massive amount on the nose on this. I do get the hint of bourbon. I get the boozy notes. I did get a blast of vanilla a minute ago. We'll start to taste it, see how we go. Good strength in there. Wow, it's warming. Extremely warming. Try and see if I can pick out the woman raisin element now. 12%. You really can feel it. It just, oh, I do want to take a photo of a can, so I'm not going to drink the whole can on camera for my own reasons. Okay, I'm getting the raisin element now. Didn't get it on the nose. Got to be honest. Oof, blimey. Can't have any more than one can. Flip me. I've met both the brewers. I've met Damon. I met him at Black Iris Brewery, and seen him walking with his big Emperor's Brewery jacket on. It wasn't hard to make out who he was, and lovely bloke, so down to earth, absolutely down to earth. And it's like me. I'm just a normal chap doing beer reviews, nothing special. I'm a fantastic gardener, but you'd have to come and see my work to understand that. But I love beers, and it's a hobby that I've been doing now for since 2009. Real ales and craft beers and traditional beers and that sort of thing. And to meet the likes of Damon, and I didn't even know who he was, to be honest, until I started hearing people talking about him on the craft beer circle, review circle. And they were saying, "Oh, this bloke, he's the number one brewer in the world at the time, at least." I mean, I think he's been Trojaned out of it now, but still, the beers are amazing. And and I never met such a nicer bloke. He came up to me and the wife and chatted. About 20 minutes in total. Left his guests, and such a lovely personality. And for me in life, personality is king. It doesn't matter what you look like and all that thing. The person you are, the personality you give off is so important. And yeah, lovely person. And then I also, at the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, when I was with Kent Beer Reviews, spoke. I went up and got two of the beers, the cans that were released at that festival. And I spoke to Tom, who's the obviously the head brewer, co-owner sort of thing. And again, a lovely chap, quite quiet. He seemed quite quiet anyway. Obviously, we're all quiet when we really don't know people. And we've got a mutual friend and a lovely lad who's a mutual friend. And then I've been to the tap room, and I tell you what, they brew all week, and then they open their tap room. They are working massively. My admiration for them is immense. All three of them. I've only seen three people. There may be more. There's a tap room manager. Met her the other night. We actually spoke and about this particular beer, about trying to get hold of it 2 years ago, and well, no, last year. Sorry, last year. Um, and I think they're beautiful people, and what they're doing is bringing people to Nottingham, bringing people into craft beer, and people around the country know of Liquid Light and so many of the other breweries in Nottingham. And this collaboration between Emperor's Brewery also solidifies that. To me, it's like a family of local breweries all joining together with somebody who's a super recognised brewer because of the ratings on Untapped and that. And it's just amazing. It really makes you proud of what's local. I mean, Emperor's Brewery, Damon, is from Leicester. Leicester's only down the road from Nottingham, part of the East Midlands. And it's great. It's great. I mean, he supports other breweries such as Neon Raptor, Castle Rock Brewery, um, Bang the Elephant. I mean, I'd love to see collabs myself. Maybe not on the biggest a bigger scale, but I'd love also to see collabs with the likes of Navigation Brewery, who are brewing some interesting beers. Uh, Urban Chicken, I'd love to see that. The Emperor's Chicken Ale, hey, really. Um, before they want it. Alter Ego Brewing, and me being me, I'd love to jump in on one of them brews myself, you know. And could you imagine, as a beer fan slash beer reviewer, jumping in with the man rated the world's best, with a fantastic local brewery, and me, a local beer reviewer. Wow, stunning, stunning. One can hope, can't you? You know, you can hope. Yeah, it may never happen, but if you don't put it out there, it will never happen. I mean, also Lincoln Green. Could you imagine Lincoln Green doing like a Raggy Avenue Imperial with Emperor's Brewery collab? Oh my gosh! In bottle, aged, barrel aged. Oh god! You know, it's mind blowing, isn't it? Hey, I've got such admiration for the local breweries. It's not just one brewery. I support every single one of them. Obviously, like everyone, we've all got, you know, ties to locals and stuff. So, drink a bit more. I don't want to go on too long. I don't get the same rum and raisin I got with the Firerock Brewing rum and raisin stout. I do get a complex um, rum. I get the bourbon elements coming through. I certainly get the raisin. I certainly get the vanilla. And I certainly get the ABV. Wow. Don't get me wrong. This is a true treat. Yeah, it wasn't cheap, but you've got to think of the hours that go into these beers, the duty that's paid. There's a lot more elements behind beer these days, and a lot of the craft beer people know this. Traditional beer drinkers are like, I'm not paying that. Trust me, when it's this good, you will. So yeah, black port, dark tan head, boozy bourbon vanilla on the nose. Raisins, touch of rum, mild touch, bourbon again, vanilla, massive booze. Wow. So, would I drink this again? Yes, of course. It's my beer festival beer of 2019 and still my favourite ever beer festival beer. Sea Wise Giant from Navigation Brewery this year and Castle Rock's Emperor's Brewery collab, Storming the Emperor's Brewery, Cherry Cognac are both on that list of highly rated breweries. I've got to get both in bottles to do it. Or cans rather. Fine. Would I drink this again? Yeah, of course. I've got another can over there. For the beers of the year. Wraggys beers of the year. Oh yeah. Hopefully I can get the other beers of the year, hopefully. Um, out of 5 for me. Scores really don't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. But this is a big, whopping 4.75. That is some blooming score. Wow. To be drinking it at home is awesome. And that's it for this beer review. I hope you've enjoyed this journey into beer. A few facts chucked in, my experiences of it. And I've got to say that to both Damon, Tom, and your good lady wife, and your taproom manager, obviously, as well. Um, cheers. amazing beer. If you can go down, if you can't get it in can, if it's sold out, get yourselves down to the tap room. Make sure it's on before you go, or even if it's not on, they do some amazing beers nonetheless. But go down and go and support these guys. Brilliant. And that is it for this Wraggys beer review. Hope I haven't bored anyone. Cheers all. See you soon. That was lovely.